I don't have to meet somebody anywhere I don't want to meet them, because at the end of the day, if I don't receive whatever they're giving me, I don't have to. And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's good to do things in groups because they'll hold you accountable.
It's the same with these TikToks and stuff. The money's coming, but it's coming fast. And just as quick as it comes, they spend it. So it'd be interesting to see the world in 30 years.
The best way to do anything, see any kind of group, is you have to take some inventory every once in a while. One of the things I learned is relationships are like dig into them, because that's all we have. Like money don't matter, jobs don't matter. How much weight we lose sometimes don't matter, but this that we have right here with us matters so much.
Warriors, come out to play.
Oh, I think we are back. I think we are back in business, back in action. I've been gone for 2 weeks. I'm back with my family. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Rebranders Podcast. I'm your host tonight. If I start buffering, I apologize, but right now we look so good. If we get kicked
We're not going to claim it.
You can always go to YouTube and check us out over at YouTube. But tonight, we're having a good show, but we're going to talk about some things tonight that's kind of serious. So y'all do me a favor. Number one, chime in all night long. And number two, share this page. Be sure to share this page all night. And we're going to talk about some things that we just don't talk enough about, which is grief. What do we do with it? Grief. What do we do with it? I'm going to say it one more time. Grief. What do we do with it? In the Black community, grief is something that we deal with, but not something that we attack, not something that we fix, not something that we pay for to get, rectified. It's just something that we kind of deal with. So we're going to talk about that a little later. All night long. And hopefully we'll have our, our therapist to call in, but I don't know. We'll see. As we get the show started, let me go ahead and give a quick shout out to everybody out there. Most importantly, Deborah Collette. I don't think she's on, so I'll do this again. Today is her birthday. So
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Also, let's go to the comment. What up, Kate Help? Georgia Blaze, our main man, our number one. Corey Rao. What's happening, Corey? I've been.
Hey, what's up, Corey?
You must apologize. I must apologize. You must forgive me. All right, let's go ahead and go to our co-host to see how they're doing. Let's go to that dark room over there. What's up, Ace? How you doing?
Is there colorism on the show? Because you got these two light skins on the bottom, man?
First of all,
I'm not
I'm
light-skinned.
not light skinned. Don't do that.
I'm not light-skinned.
Why don't no light skinned people think they light skinned?
I was, but I got a tan.
Oh, okay.
Can y'all tell? Tell me you can tell. You can tell.
I'm
You
sorry.
can tell.
But hello, everybody.
Person.
Everybody out there in TV land, how y'all doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing good. Good. Shouts out to all my Central Texas people. We're praying for y'all.
Absolutely. Next up is the lady with the stain on the shirt. What's up, Yashika?
I do. I think I spilled a little water.
Yeah, we're gonna call it water. We're gonna call it water. What's up, Yashika? How you doing?
I'm doing.
Yeah. Tonight, by the way, before we go to Helen, is a show that's near and dear to our hearts. So we definitely want y'all to comment. I got some breaking news we'll have to break tonight, but it's a show that's really near and dear to our hearts. So it's a kind of a passion show, but it's a show that we really want y'all to comment on so we can all get through our pain and grief and all our issues together. But before I go to our final co-host, what's up, Lisa Gordon? How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Be sure to comment. Deborah McLeod, hello to you too.
What's up?
Oh, hello, you all. Hi. Happy to be here. We're going to send prayers to my internet because, she like to show out when she don't need to show out. So y'all just send her good graces and hopefully she does her job today. Okay? She only has one.
Well, don't we all know that? Hey, Helen, tell them how they can reach you.
Right, that part. Honestly, Helen, we're on Spotify. Sorry, I don't know, I keep talking third person. All the streaming platforms, we are only auditory, no video. Listen with your heart, visualize with your brain. Thank you so much.
Right on. So y'all be sure to check out her podcast. They're all over the place. YouTube, I'm assuming, but certainly they're in the Apple, Spotify, all that. Hey, y'all, go and support. That's all that we're asking for. Just simply go and support. If nothing else, subscribe if you can subscribe, okay? All right, let's go to the comments real quick. What's up, Eric? He said, what up, family? He might be surprised supplying us with some support throughout the night, as he's a therapist or a counselor himself, so he can talk a little bit about this grief. All right, y'all. So the topic of the show tonight is grief. What do we do with it? All right, now, okay, I had a conversation with a young man at the gym. I think he's listening to it tonight as well. And, you know, we really talked in depth about this. The Black community don't do a lot of therapy, right? The Black community feel like we can go to the barbershop or we can go to the, go get our hair done or whatever the case may be and just talk it out with some untrained individuals. Do y'all think that that's a worthy way to, kind of get through some of the issues that we have as Black people?
Don't ignore it.
That's the acknowledge it, and we have to break those beliefs, the belief system that we have. I used to be one of those people who didn't believe in it, didn't care until I started seeing close people affected. So we definitely, like I said, you have to acknowledge it and deal with it.
And it's not a one size fits all or a one size solution.
Oh no. It's not.
Deep.
It was deep. It was deep. Okay, one side solution. What, Helen? Come on. Oh no.
Well, again, let's do the comments. Y'all want to talk about grief? I'm the one to talk about it. Not a fun subject.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Talk about it, Lisa. Let's talk about it.
We should not be embarrassed to get counseling. Absolutely.
Amen.
Janetta says sometimes it is and sometimes it helps. Everything don't require a therapist. I think the issue that I have is somebody told me many, many years ago, Yashika, and they were talking about your radio, your car. They said if somebody put it in, if somebody created it, human being, that somebody can break into it, somebody can take it, another human being. So I always feel like when I think about therapy, I'm thinking this individual has as many problems as I do, and now they may be actually thinking about their issues while trying to fix mine.
Yo.
So it's hard for me to go to a therapist for that particular reason, because I don't know the person on the other side of the couch, right? So I truly believe in it, however, because when you're going through something, I think we're in a stage of mental health. We're in a stage of all these depressions, et cetera, and I think therapy is a better way to get through that, even if they're doing it the wrong way, than just trying to fight it yourself. How do y'all feel about that?
That's definitely. Oh, go ahead, Shane.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh, no, officer, I definitely agree with that too. And I think one of the things that we have to do along with that is you got to be able to self-evaluate too. So a lot of people, want to go to therapy, but they don't have that open mind. And you have to want to heal. You have to want to get better. Therefore, you're receiving whatever you're getting. But you got to be able to strip butt naked and get in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
And look at yourself.
I agree with that.
Her strip butt naked. That's the first thing I heard when I came back.
Oh, no, I said you have to be able to strip butt naked and look in the mirror and be 100% honest with yourself and look at yourself,
I was like, okay, y'all got a fun way to get distracted.
All right, y'all. So there's 7 different stages of grief that people typically go through. This is, of course, by CNN.com. They kind of came up with this. But anyway, shock is one of them. Denial is another. Number 3 is anger. 4, bargaining. 5, depression. 6, testing. Testing is the process of trying to find solutions that offer a means of dealing with loss. Someone may drift in and out of grieving stages during this time. And then, of course, finally, they go through acceptance. I was telling y'all about this. I don't know if it was y'all that I was speaking to, but I had a classmate to die in 1995, right before my senior year, right, like a week or 2 before, in a car accident. My mother was talking to the classmate's mom. I think she said earlier this year, maybe late last year, she was talking about it. And my mama didn't realize that her son was my classmate. She didn't realize I knew the person. But anyway, as she was talking to my mom about this person, she was talking about her son dying and the issues she's had since then. And my mama was kind of feeling sad, not realizing her son died 30 years ago. Right. So grief is a real thing and everywhere. And it's important that you go through the process because, don't get me wrong. We all grieve different. We all heal different. But nobody should really be grieving 30 years. I mean, at that point, I'm assuming life has just kind of passed you by. Let's go to the comments. Oh man, this is a major comment right here. Everybody, Leah Mitchell, this is Kevin Woodson's daughter. Everybody needs Jesus and a good therapist. Absolutely.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, please stay tuned. We got some more videos we definitely want you to see here in just a little bit. Lisa Gordon, she said guilt as well. Yeah, that's another one. Certainly another one. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna play a quick video real quick. When we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit more about grief. So stay tuned. And that music you hear in the background, just sing along to it. It's a little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire Reasons. Also, y'all, we're playing This or That tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But until we come back.
If you've ever lost someone, you've probably asked yourself, will the pain of this grief ever really go away? I'm a clinical psychologist, and I want you to imagine for a moment that this black mark is your grief. You've probably heard that old saying that time heals all wounds, but with grief, that wound doesn't just heal over and disappear. It doesn't even get any smaller. What happens is over time, as we begin to engage with this new reality, we build new experiences around it. There are still moments of deep pain and sorrow. There are also moments of new joy, love, and purpose. And as those new layers of your life build around your grief, your life grows around the pain, so that even though it's still there, you can still create a life that is beautiful and meaningful to you.
It's a good video.
It's a really good video. I want to go to the comments because Janetta said something I think is very important. She says, don't say that. And she's talking about the comment I made about 30 years ago. Don't say that. If you talk about my dad who died in 1997, I start crying. I have not gotten over it. I don't think you'll ever get over it. I really don't. And I think crying is still a part. I say this all the time. Sometimes when the person dies, and this is just my own feeling, so everybody else may not feel this way. You have to, I said this to you the other day, Yashiko. Sometimes a person dies, it's like you now have a jug of tears. And when you go to the funeral, you have to pour out as much as you can. Because if what you don't pour out, sometimes you got to spend the rest of your life pouring that out. Sometimes you pour a lot out during the funeral. Sometimes you still have a lot afterwards. Maybe your jug is bigger than everybody else's. So dad, mom, siblings, kids, they mean a whole lot to you. Don't mean you'll ever get over them. I think that what I was referring to more so is she still speaks and lives life as if it was happening yesterday. And I think that's unhealthy. And so she's not grieving properly, in my opinion. But anyway, we'll get to that in a little bit. All right, let's go to the comments and I'll let y'all make some comments. What's up, Deborah Goodson? And she says, hello, Rebrandus. And Andrea, she says, you don't get over it, you learn to live.
Hey, Andrea Lachey.
Oh, yeah.
Damon Nichols. What's up, Damon? He finally tapped in. He said, I think a lot of men need to go to counseling over daddy issues that they just have not lived. I'll talk to anyone about a lot of men who deal with daddy leaving either negative or positive, as I want to be a good dad, or my daddy left me and I was okay, so I'll leave my son. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about grief? How do y'all feel about those 7 stages that we talked about?
So the 7 stages was what it was. Can you give them again?
Shock, denial, anger, bargaining. Bargaining involves thoughts such as, I will do anything if you take away the pain. This stage may come at a point within the grieving process. Guilt frequently accompanies it. Then there's depression, testing, and then acceptance finally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are rough stages. All of them are rough stages when you see somebody going through it. It's rough and you want to help them, but so a lot of times we have to realize that sometimes people just need our presence and our love. Because a lot of times, we've all lost people, and I remember when I lost my mom, people like, oh, I know how you feel. No, you don't. Like, just show me your love. You don't have to try to relate to me or anything like that.
You don't have to fix it.
Yeah,
because you can't fix it. It can be fixed. So you can't fix it. I think for me, y'all, I can talk about. I'll try. I'm gonna try.
Hey, but don't push yourself.
This is 4 weeks ago today. I lost my best friend, and her brother he couldn't even tell me. He had to call. He couldn't tell me verbally, so he had to text me. And so that for me, which, you know, she's been my friend since we was in the 4th grade. And I talked to her 3 times the day she passed. I talked to her 3 times that day. You know, there's nobody else besides God that knows me like her. Nobody. You know, we've been through so much together. But when I remember when he told me shock is real, and I used to always think, like, why do people always say, are you sitting down? You ever hear people say that when they're getting ready to tell something bad? They ask, are you sitting down? And I get that now because I literally passed out. Like, it literally floored me when I found out that she had passed. So for me, it was shock, of course, because, you know, it's 44. What's she doing? She got her nerves, right? But then now it did turn into anger. And one of the reasons why I was so, and still angry, it's fresh for me, is because I started seeing posting, you know, Facebook posts and all this kind of stuff. But people don't do that for love. They do that for clout. And so I had an issue with that. And so that's what caused my anger. And then I think the other ones besides acceptance I got because I talk to God. I talk to him every day and I accept it. I do. I'm not in denial. I don't think it didn't happen. I'm fine with the fact that it happened. I'm just extremely sad and I'm in like severe grief. I cry every single day. I'm trying, but it's just, you know, it's tough because this is to me. And I know people's lost their mother and their brother and their sons and I've lost my brother 2-3 years ago. That I love so much that I raised his kids, and that was a great loss. But this loss that I'm experiencing today, and I'm getting ready to land a plane. This loss that I'm experiencing is just a testament of how we love people, how much we love people, and how we feel about people. Is how I have no other choice but to see it. You know, it's like I love her so much that, you know, now what? Because I feel lost. I feel like a ship in the night. Like and I tell them, all them that like I'm at the bottom of the mountain and I'm still in the same bottom of that mountain as I was when he told me. I don't know what to do.
And so being at the bottom of the mountain takes us right back to where these different stages, you're still in shock.
Yeah.
Then there's denial. Eventually you get to anger, bargaining, depression, testing, and then of course acceptance. So yeah, you'll probably be at the bottom of the mountain. It might last for a year, 2 years.
But I accept it though.
Well,
that's why it's tough for me because I do accept it.
And I just want to sorry, internet decided to be funny, but I think she getting it together. You made a comment, and then I think you pulled up another comment that one of our viewers says about grief not having a timeline. I think the real message that I want to get out about my opinions on grief, and I think one of the things that hold us back as a Black community is that none of us have an opinion on anybody else's grief, right? Like nobody can say in 30 years you should be over it, 50 years you should be over it, in 2 days you should be over it. Nobody can say you need to cry about it. Nobody can say you need to be quiet about it. Nobody can say go beat up a pillow. Nobody, like, grief is such a personal journey. I would say even more personal than religion, probably because they're tied together in a sense. Like depending on what you believe in as a higher power, how you deal with grief might impact that. But grief is so personal that I don't think I don't believe there should ever be a conversation around grief where it feels like we're telling somebody what it should look like. And I'm not saying we're doing that here, but when my mom passed, I did not cry a whole lot. And I'm the most emotional person in my family. And I struggled with that because I was like, something must be wrong with me. I'm not dealing with it. And I don't think that I'm not dealing. I just think the way I'm processing my mom's passing is very different than what most people expect. And just through that experience just made me realize, to Ace's point, not wanting to hear, oh, my mom passed too, when you tell somebody it's passed.
I know how you feel.
Right. I don't say rest in heaven to people. I always say send in love, send in prayers. I don't like saying rest in heaven or my condolences because it doesn't feel authentic. Like it just feels like something you say. So I'm always like, I just send love and I send grace, send hugs. But grief is really, 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 really personal. And I just really want anyone that's going through, including us on this call, to not second guess how you deal with it. If you're not crying enough, you're not crying enough. There's no enough. Like if you're not crying, you're not crying. If you're not talking to people, you feel like you need to be social, don't force yourself. Like your grief looks like how it needs to be. And I think when you get to a space where you
That's good.
figured out how to live with that grief, like the video showed, then you get there. If that takes you 20 years just to get there, sending you even more love, because I don't want you to get to a place where you realize you could have done more with your life while you're grappling with grief. But if that's your reality, losing somebody, nobody can say, and to Yashika's point, losing her brother wasn't as grieful as this event. And no one can tell her, oh, you should be more sad about your brother. No, she has her feelings, and the way she's dealing with losing someone that she loves is her prerogative. So if you're talking to anybody that's losing somebody and you feel like they're telling you how to grieve versus consoling you, tell them to kick, and excuse my language, fucking rocks.
Ooh, not regular rocks, but
absolutely. I'm gonna go to the comments real quick. Hey y'all, we got this or that coming up. We're gonna take it back a notch because we're gonna start feeling good here in just a little bit. But all right, let's go to the comments. Ty Hosty said, hello guys. What's up, Ty? He said stop by to say hello and maybe add an opinion or two. Good to see you guys. Love you, Helen. Right on, right on. Lisa Gordon, she said, Janetta Beasley, you just can't get over it. I think she deals with the same thing herself. Janetta said, Lisa Gordon, I don't think I can, but I'm trying, still in therapy on and off. And when life gets overwhelming, but I know it's from losing him, her dad. What's up, Dan Trapp? He says, I haven't been to a funeral or wake since my dad passed in 2000. I found a way to remember friends and loved ones through music. I'd rather remember them through song than I would seeing them lay there. It makes it easier for me, but it's still tough. And then Lisa also says, Janetta Beasley, I get it. I still haven't gotten over my mom's death. I suggest Grief Share. It did help me. Deborah McLeod says, I have all 7 talking about the grief stages. When my son was murdered in 23, lost my mom 2019 and dad 2016. With the grace of God in my right mind, I'm in my right mind, but I have some bad days as well. Joanne says, that part, Helen. All right. Ty, he also says, I don't deal with death. I don't know why. I just can't. I don't. Just lost my line brother in May. Oh, really? Okay. And tell me who. And I could not go to the funeral. We deal with grief differently. I'm one of those people too. See, I deal with grief in a really weird way. I've talked about this to y'all.
It's not even weird. It's not a weird way. You're dealing with grief the way you need to deal with it.
Like I'm not afraid of death for me. I'm ready. I know where I'm going. I'm comfortable with it. If it happened today, I'm okay with that. But when anybody else around me, I just can't handle it, especially people I love. Somebody I don't know, somebody, you tell me a friend of yours that I feel sorry for you, it don't bother me that much. Got to be honest with you. But when it attacks someone in my inner circle, then that's when it really attacks me. So, hey, look, y'all, we're going to take a step back. We're going to come back to this in about 10 minutes. We're going to play a real quick game. But first, speaking of grief, we had some news that happened to us this week. I want to share a quick video. We'll talk about this when we come back from our game. But I'll go ahead and play this video right now.
I just love rodeo, period, but I was a rodeo bullfighter, so I love the bulls. It ain't for everybody.
Well, before we get to that point, I got to tell you, Kevin, everybody loves when Kevin Woodson is here. Please put your hands together.
Oh, sure.
Once again, you're our number 1 requested person. All right. Well, y'all. Hey.
Great man.
See?
All right.
It's all right. We grieving our own way. Y'all out there. Kevin was near and dear to us, but he was a very close person to Anthony, his mentor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the reasons we did this show on grief, because we've been talking about just stuff with the stuff going on. Yashika losing someone very close to her, very recently, and I'll be honest with you, Kevin snuck up on us. He was just on the show, three weeks ago?
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
3 or 4. He was just on the show, and then it was just like,
oh,
what?
So much fun. So much fun.
Always fun.
I think just seeing that little video really quick, I really, 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 really love the montages people do when our loved ones passed, because it's something about being sad, but seeing the person that you love in the lights that they are, and then the music just adds that emotional piece. I love crying so hard to montages because I'm like, hell yeah, they had a good life. Hell yeah, they was loved.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they had experiences. We finna cry, but to celebrate somebody's life, and I really love that. I think I experienced in the Black community specifically, the celebration of life. Oh,
Party time.
celebration of like if we could just bypass the funeral sometimes, but let's just go celebrate. Like we can cry on our own time. Let's just go celebrate and
Yeah.
share memories. Obviously, I'm not like that's not how it goes, but I love good montages for those that we love. It just does something to my heart that it does a little healing whenever I'm able to see somebody's life paired with some backdrop music.
I hope my funeral is a comedy show because I'm letting y'all know if I go before y'all, if y'all crying, I'm somewhere scoring on y'all. So I just want everybody to know that. So tell a funny story, and all the above. I preach to my kids all the time because I never want them to be stuck in somebody got abducted or something on my phone.
Some little white girl.
I never want them to sit and just sulk over me. So I tell them, if you really love me, live your life, because I would have wanted you to be your best. I would have wanted you to enjoy. I want you to laugh. When you think about me, laugh. When my mother passed in 2017, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't shed one tear, and not because I don't feel sad or anything, but I can't think of my mom without laughing. Like me and her was so goofy. Like you think I'll be bumming jokes sometimes. My mom would bum and keep them covered, And so sometimes just think of people in that light. I know one of the things that helped me is I keep an attitude of gratitude at all times. And I remember when my mom passed, I was in the room with her. She took her last breath and everything. And I got shocked first because it was surreal. I was like, whoa, my mama died. But after that, I said, you know what? I said, thank you, Lord, for giving me 39 years with my mom.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Some people lost mom at Helen, you were younger when you lost your mom.
Yeah.
So, I know people lost their mom when they were 5 and stuff like that. I got 39 years, so I'm hurt, but thank you, Lord, for 39 years.
Some at childbirth, some didn't even get to know this person. So it can always be worse. I just, I like to say, like, I'm thankful, and I think we should be thankful and grateful, but the grief comes because how much you love them. I know I'm probably repeating myself, but how much they meant to you and how instrumental they were in your life, especially to where you get to the point, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's next for me.
What's the new reality?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think though, the beauty, and y'all stick with me on this, the beauty of losing somebody that's impacted you, in my perspective, truly makes you just appreciate the life that you have. And I mean, like, someone, when I say impacted you, I mean really impacted you. And Yashika, sorry to use your situation. I've only lost my mom that's close to me like that, so I don't have another comparison. But I love Yashika's example of bringing up her brother, because I think a lot of us, the whole phrase "blood is thicker than water," we all know there's some little iffiness with that phrase.
Oh yeah.
So when you think about the people that you lose and the ones that you feel it beyond your gut, once you're able to start kind of crawling out of that space just a little bit, you just start to appreciate life. Like when you go out somewhere and you smell the air different, right? The sun feels a little bit different. And I think there's such a lesson and such a, to Anthony's point earlier, like accepting death, that when you lose someone that's impacted you, you kind of do just appreciate, like, dang, I got 2 feet for real. Like I can open this door.
Yeah.
My vision and finding
the life.
Yeah, but not just like not the superficial of us saying it like, oh, we know we get one life. Like you really understand the beauty of us even being able to have internet that's janky but connects every Wednesday.
First world problems.
And to complain about it. Right? Like that's such a blessing. Such a blessing.
For me, that's not on the 7 list. For me, it's fear. I'm scared to death. And I know I'm asking God to help me with it. But death is not something that happens to life. It's something that happens in life. And if we want to continue to grow, right? We want to have long. I want God to bless me with long life. In order to bless me with long life, I got to take what comes with it. I understand that. I really do. I understand that. But it's like when you get to know people and you love people so deeply. And for me, I didn't get warning. It was just phone call. That's it. Done.
Yeah. Hey.
And so when it makes me sick, like I feel like I want to throw up now. But when when it happens like that, now that's why I feel like I don't know if I need therapy because I don't really know that. I think I'm okay. I think I need grief. I need to talk to somebody, and I don't want to bore the people that I do love because I feel
can't.
selfish. I think they don't want to hear it.
You can't.
So
bore
I think that's when it talks about Black people. I think we bottle things because we feel like other people don't want to be bothered with.
Agreed.
So we just got to keep it all.
Agreed.
Well, let's go to the comments. And Toria Wright says, question, and I'm being serious. What do y'all think about people who have grief after their animal passed away? Do you think it's the same as grieving a human? I say 100. I'm not an animal lover, but I say 100% yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
reality is, let me tell you something this is going to sound funny. When the TV show Martin went off, I was such a huge fan. When Martin went off, I was hurt deeply for probably a month. I grieved over the show Martin going off. For one, it was an error that came in like no other. And then when it went off, we never saw anything like it again. I grieved from a TV show, right? So, a dog who you see every day, who when you get home and they run up to you and, sit next to you and love on you and all those things, I say absolutely that you can.
And let me say to Toria Wright, because unfortunately, my sister lost her dog actually last month due to lymphoma cancer.
Oh, wow.
Mind y'all, so I'm the emotional one. I'm the cry. I cry at commercials. If it's a good empathy, I'm a cry. My sister, she's good off of emotions, especially showing them. To see her grieve her puppy, who she had for 4, almost 5 years, has been the craziest experience for me. So, Antoria, to your point, that damn near was a human. He just couldn't talk. The animal just stuck in the baby phase where he just babbled. Like, my sister is grieving, I would say, Mojo, a little bit harder than she grieved our mom. Just a little bit harder. If not, and maybe just a little bit is probably being nice because it's real. And I'm still, to the point, I guess I'm saying I'm with Antoria. Like, I don't all the way understand it because I don't have a dog. And when I said, someone's like, oh, you got a snake. What if Taquan died? He is a snake. What I'm supposed to do? Cry about it? No, it's just going rest in peace. Love you so much, Kwani, and go about it. But it's a snake. I don't feed him every day. I don't cuddle with him. I don't have emotional connection with my snake.
Is it because you talk badly about him? Like, he's old snake. Is it
when he pooped on my floor outside his tank? Absolutely. Because why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's weird.
What I think it's important for us to remember, because to me, 2 things. One, my brother passed away. It was terrible, but he did. My mom's oldest son. I had to tell her. But my brother passing and my friend passing, sometimes I want to compare, but it's not a comparison.
Right.
It is not that I loved one more than the other or that I'm grieving harder than the other. It's just that at this point in time, this is what's happening with this person. Doesn't mean you didn't love the other person any less or any more. It's just a different kind of grief. It's different. It's just a different kind. Does that make sense?
And you have to understand too, you're not the same person right now that you were when your brother passed.
Right.
We're always growing, evolving, different life situations, different things. So, like you said, like you were right, you can't compare. When your brother passed, you're not the same person you are right now with your friend.
Let's go to the comments.
Right.
Appreciate that, Ace. Jim G says, sending love to your sister. And Terry Wright said, I was one of the who said Black people don't cry over a dog. I grieved over my dog for a year, and for a minute I thought I was crazy being sad. Not at all. I don't think so.
Not at all.
Can't happen. And Terry, my dog passed last year, and it hit me very hard. This was from someone who doesn't cry at funerals. I cried like a baby because we had him for over 13 years. Nell Rowland. Hey, Nell, she said, I went to a grief share when my dad died, and during the sessions, I found out that I was still grieving the man I loved after he had passed years before my dad passed. Oh, she was grieving someone else. I thank God that it helped me through it all. And Tory Wright also says, Helen, it's a snake baby. You don't remember Moses?
I don't know what that means,
Adam, I imagine. And there's definitely layers of. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and play our quick little game real quick. We're going to play this or that. All the people out there in podcast land listening, be sure to tell us who you think. And as well, we're gonna play this game. Let's see, it's 8:04 my time, 6:04 Helen time. So we'll give you 6 minutes. All right, here we go. This or that. I don't have an opening, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll play a little background music. Is that all right to y'all? For y'all, let's see. Let's go a little.
We love everything.
All right, we'll go a little. Hulu.
Mm.
Netflix. Hulu took the Wayans brothers off. Netflix.
Netflix took.
Where the Wayans brothers at now?
You got to pay to watch it.
Where?
I mean, whoever have it, but you have to.
He don't
pay.
know. He
You
don't
can't
know.
because once I realized you had to pay, I didn't memorize it. I'm not paying for nothing.
All right, let's go to the comments. Damon Howe, what's up, Dame? We getting you back on. He said Netflix. He said I hate Hulu. Corey Rouse says Netflix. Can't help Netflix.
It's a landslide.
It's a landslide. All right, y'all. We got another one coming up. Here we go. Oh, I think I hit the wrong button. Let's go. All right, number 2. We have outer space or bottom of the ocean.
I'm scared of both of them, so if I have to go out of space and go to the bottom of the ocean.
You gonna do
I
what?
think I'm going by. I think I'm going.
Take me up.
Yeah, take me up.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play amongst the stars.
Jim G said he going out of space. What up, good people? What up, Pimp?
I think I'm gonna do the sea, the ocean, just because I feel like there's some things down there, and they don't go.
There's
Aliens.
down there now.
If you don't implode. Corey Ralph is bottom of the ocean.
You want to float outside up in space too?
Corey, you didn't see that. You didn't see that submarine. What was that last year, Corey?
It's on Netflix. I know people don't like Netflix, but it's on Netflix if you want to watch the documentary.
No, everybody likes Netflix. So they, out of space. Just take me, Lord. I gotta go see the bottom before I see the. That's funny. And Troy Wright says, I would definitely suggest grief counseling. We'll come back to that comment here in just a little bit. All right, number 3, alien bestie or ghost buddy?
Alien bestie. I don't want no ghosts.
Ooh, that ghost buddy.
I think I'm going alien. Superman was an alien.
Oh, was he?
I always had a low-key obsession with aliens, which makes me want to go ghost. I'm gonna go ghost. I already know me and aliens is besties.
I didn't know that Superman was an alien.
He from Krypton.
He from another space. Out of space.
Don't talk to me like I'm supposed to know that.
Jim G said alien bestie.
I'm with you, Jim.
Alien bestie, Corey says. K-Ham said he going with Ghost Buddy. I grew up watching Ghost Dad. Yeah, well, if you got Bill Cosby.
Look, hold on. Until your Ghost Buddy lets you know that, hey, that movie wasn't real. I'm a different type.
Pig nose or rabbit ears? Which would you rather have?
Give me the
Pig
mirrors.
nose, because I already have
Give
a
me the mirrors.
Right, I'm gonna go with ears.
I can cover the mirrors up.
I mean, a pig nose is probably so delicious. Like it's probably like gelatin, but hard.
I want to hear the audience. The audience is bringing them in. K-Ham said, give me them ears. Jim G said, give me those ears as well.
Yeah.
Right, the rabbit ears. Okay, here we go. The next one is passion or stability.
Stability.
Ooh, stability.
Stability all day.
Hit that.
Stability all day.
Okay, Dane said Martin proved yellow women like big ears. Gina. Corral says, give me those ears. Stability, Jim G. Says K-Hemp, stability. Corey, stability. Janetta says, give me stability. I think I'm going with the crowd there. All right, up next we have, we got another one that just came in. Nell Rowland says, give me stability as well. Okay, the next one says friends or family.
Ooh.
Family. Friends become family if they're real.
Yeah.
So it's family for sure.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Family.
I'll go with that.
Family. Family's
Hey,
easy.
I tell you what would Toretto say?
Who's that?
That man been team family for 9 seasons now.
Toretto.
Toretto.
I don't know who that is either. K-Hemp says family. Corey family. Nell says it depends. I know what she means on that, I think. And Tori says family. Dame family. Deborah family. Tony says both. Both is it depends also. All right, y'all. Love.
Both, Tony. It's this or that.
Love or money?
Money.
Love. Unfortunately.
Just give me the money. Listen, you love, but y'all homeless.
Yeah.
I see it all the time.
A full heart.
Maybe tongue kissing sitting on the side of the building and stuff like that.
I'm a sucker.
Tony Guston says both.
Money.
K-Hemp, money. Jim G, money. Corey, love. Janetta, I think most women would probably say love. Martin says Dame.
I'm going love.
Hey, money. I didn't say love.
Give me that money.
Most of the time. K Ham says love
If
doesn't
you're gonna
pay
receive
any
an end
bills.
of it, it do.
Tony said love
Now.
is money.
That's yes.
Give me the loot, give me the loot,
Give me
Dave
the
says.
loot.
All right. Up next we have, let's see, we got another minute or two. Knowledge or imagination?
Knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah. It can make you boring though, because imagination, you know, you get to, but yeah, knowledge.
You know what?
Ain't nothing like broke.
If we got imagination, do we have no knowledge?
Well,
Or
imagination,
do you
you
have
just
more knowledge?
knowledge makes it happen. Imagination, you can think of, but knowledge is what puts imagination into place.
Yeah.
I'm
If you
gonna
got them-
say imagination. I want to be 5.
It depends. If you pair that with the previous question, I want knowledge and money. I can pay somebody else with the imagination. Corey Rouse says, give me the knowledge. Deborah Goodson says, give me the knowledge. Nell Rowland, knowledge. K Ham, knowledge. Andrea says, give me the knowledge. It's overwhelming knowledge. All right, y'all, we got 2 more.
Everybody love brains.
Would you rather go to prison for life or be on the run for life?
Prison.
On the run for life. I get to make videos and post it.
You know how stressful it is to be on the run all your life?
I was running.
Exactly. My Forrest
I'm
Gump.
out.
They're trying to give me 60 years.
I'm out of here. No.
Janetta said she'd rather be on the run, Jack.
I'm not built for it. Me either, Janetta. I'm not built for that.
Yeah, I'm free. That's how
I'm
I
not
on the
built
run.
for people.
The TV show that's on Jamie Foxx show, Run, Brother, Run.
I gotta get what's that man from Prison Break? I need him in my cell.
I don't know.
I feel you, Dave. I'm the same.
They
yeah.
said on the run, Nell, run for the
Me either, Dave.
Run
Me
for
either.
run. On the run, I can go to a country with extra. Let's go to Cuba real quick.
Hey, go chill too.
Yeah. Dave
run like
Ace
Jay-Z
got
and
them
Beyonce.
prison. Ace got them prison shoulders. I don't. Can't do it.
And he don't want to
I ain't
use
gonna
it.
make it. Huh?
Terry Wright says prison me because I can't just sleep anywhere. Adrian Roller says run. On the run, says Andrew. That's funny. All right, y'all, we got the last
Wait,
one.
before we move on, I ain't never seen nobody on the run very long, y'all. I just want y'all to know. They normally get caught.
Except for what's his name?
We got the New Orleans dude.
What's his name?
Too
Oh,
much.
yeah, the New Orleans the guy.
He is still. He is. You're
I forgot
right.
his name.
You're right. You're right.
He
Yeah,
get on run with a
Keep
tattoo
on-
on his neck.
keep going.
He's the most visible one.
whether you know it or not, Andy Dufresne is on the run right now.
He
Right,
is. He's
yeah.
been Swatinahu.
Who's
But
that?
he's
Mateo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's somewhere where they ain't gonna extradite it.
Cleaning boat.
Well-
He probably got that boat all done by now.
And well, see, he got a whole different name too. So when you're on the run, you can make some moves, right?
Yeah.
You got money. You want to
You got
run broke?
money.
You gonna be in jail in 2 days.
Or let's go back to the last question. If you got that knowledge.
Right?
All right, y'all. Last question. Do you like sweet or salty?
Salty.
Ooh. Oh,
Sweet.
how dare you?
You want sugar or high blood pressure?
What's your
Diabetes or high cholesterol?
What you want? Pick your,
Hey, diabetes. 200.
pick your poison.
Girl, I got the sugar. Girl, my head so hurt.
Just give me the sugar. I might lose a leg, but I won't have that face.
Right.
Dave House's criminals are stupid as they are. They get caught. I'm smart. He gonna be on the run.
Boy, he said he going on the
Sweet G.
run.
Jim G says, K-Ham says sweet. Dave says sweet. Janetta sweet. And Tori Wright also says sweet along with Andrea. Everybody is sweet. Corey Wright is sweet.
Salty mother. Oh, there.
Both. Tony says.
Yeah, that's not how that work.
Yeah.
Me too.
Adrian Roller says, I'll take diabetes. And then Tori Wright says, I've heard of sweet tooth, but not necessarily a salty tooth, is what she said. That's pretty good.
Something so easily.
Yeah.
With sweetness, you just eat it little by little and then until it's gone. Right? If it's too sweet, you just take a small bite.
Well, see, salty don't necessarily mean it's just overly salty.
Savory.
It just mean it's
Like savory, right?
savory. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I think I will go with sweet because everything's sweet. Like I want a sweet drink. I want a sweet piece of pie. Sweet.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to drink anything salty. Salty is
But
funny.
I drink non-sweet tea.
Don't
I tell
nobody
people all
want
the time,
nothing salty to drink.
I'm an overweight person right now, but I
Are
didn't
you?
get her with sweet.
You don't say.
I got her with meat
Do
and
not
potatoes.
say.
Yeah,
Oh, they're stupid.
I got her with
Friends
meat
like
and
us
potatoes.
who need enemies.
What is that overweight person?
What?
You
That
gotta
box, That box doing one.
But let me.
You got to lean back and hit the table. You know, Anthony.
Salty dog. Hey, y'all, we're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit more about grief. We're going to talk about the other side of grief. I think I heard y'all say this a couple times. Like, how do I help somebody else through their grief? I think that's the question that we need to ask. And obviously, y'all say sometimes just being there is enough. But we're going to talk about that when we come back.
People are not going down like they used to because they don't have the money.
And the Taj Mahal, which was going to save everything, is just about breaking even, and your other two casinos are down 20% from last year. You have debts to pay back.
Right.
You have huge loans to pay back. You say the country is in a depression. What makes you think that you can pay back those loans? And further, what your bankers have told us is that the only way you even have a chance is by selling that property out there totally, the plaza.
Well, I don't know what the bankers have said. The plaza is a very valuable property. Everybody told me, oh, you paid too much, you paid too much. Now they're all saying what a great deal he made on the plaza. Well, I think you'll find that it's a great deal when the deal is all said and done. I mean, the plaza is doing very well. But the Taj Mahal broke every record. That doesn't mean it's doing well. But the Taj Mahal last month had the highest win in the history of casino gaming.
I know, but it still was not enough. It just barely broke even in terms of what it cost you.
It's doing record business, but it has to do probably more than record business.
Look, your bankers wish you well. When I talked to your bankers, they said, we hope he does it. What I am saying to you is, you did overextend yourself.
It's diluted up to this time. Knowing what it means is a great thing, but that person is still insulting you with the nomenclature of being called a nigger.
Hey, now you just know big one. You got to come down on my level now. Kid.
Nomenclature.
So that's where my vocabulary started. Nomenclature. I'll keep that word. Held on to it.
All right, y'all. You are watching Rebranders. Grief. What do we do with it? It's a tough night for a lot of us, but you know, grief is something that is tough for everybody. So we definitely got to figure out a way to get through it. But on the other side of that is, how do you get through it for somebody or with somebody? Like I think Helen said and Ace both said, people walk up to you and say, "I know how you feel," and they really just all you can do is relate, but you don't know how anybody feels. So what are some of the things that we should do in the world of grief as a friend or as a person that's going to help you through what it is they're going through? And you know, Ace, Helen, Ashika, all of y'all have lost a parent, so you know pretty well how this may feel. So what do y'all say?
Well, it was 9/11 for me, but
listen. We are not trying to roast your daddy. That happened on 9/11. I didn't deliver it right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it was still it landed. It landed. For me, like with my friend, it was just she and her brother, right? And so he called me. He cries. Tyrone Cook. He's on here very often. He because he supports everything that I do. I love him with all my heart. But anyway, when he's talking to me and he's crying, I try my best to be the strong one, even though I'm just as broken, but maybe I'm not just, because that's his sister. You know, she's mine too. At least that's how it feels. But that's his sister. So whenever he's talking to me, I take every phone call he makes. Whatever I'm doing, I was talking to my mom. I'm like, Tyrone's calling. I got to take it. Whenever he wants, and it was at midnight. Whenever he wants to talk to me, at any time, whenever he texts me, I try to run 3 red lights to text him right back. I think we just have to be strong and listen. Even with you, Anthony, when I talk to you, I'm like, how you holding up? Because my grief has to go. Whatever we feel, I think we need to put to the side and pay attention to the one that's grieving. Right. Because we all have a story that we can relate it to, but nobody's asking you. So you kind of got to remove yourself and just let the focus be whoever that is that you're supporting, because it's support.
Absolutely. Let's go to the comment. Andre Goodson says, if God sent us a notification every time he decides to take something or someone we love, the human side of us will try to intervene. Oh, wow, that's powerful. That's very powerful. If in faith, we all should prepare for his return. R.I.P. Mr. Kevin Woodson.
Oh, that was so good.
Sometimes just pop up on your friend and just check on them to make them to take them out to eat. Don't just wait until they call you. That's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
You know what? Ace told me this years ago, and it's funny because well, I won't go there, but he told me this years ago. He said in sales, he told me, you probably told me this 10, 15 years ago, you can't think about your pocket when you're trying to sell somebody. You have to think, this is an item that is being sold for this price. I must sell it to them. And if they can afford it, they will buy it. If they can't, they won't. But I can't think with my pocket.
Right.
And I think that's the same thing with grief. I can't think with my experiences. What I have to do is I have to be empathetic and supportive with my experiences. But I can't think with my experiences. So I think that's very necessary for us to remember. And Toria Wright says, Chris said, just make sure your friend doesn't fall to the dark side. Absolutely.
That's it. Just be there.
I think it's something as simple as someone already said, like just checking in. I think when people feel, and be genuine though, like, right, don't check in because it feels forced. I think people really feel when you're checking in just to make sure they're cool. Because like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. All right, love you. Call me later. Versus now you're trying to force a conversation. You know that they not trying. Check in. Something as simple as soon as they say they good. If you feel in your spirit, you need to do more digging. Trust that. I'll say definitely trust your gut when it comes to you operating with somebody you love that's dealing with grief. Your gut won't steer you wrong. But checking in is so important. As simple as just knowing that someone's thinking about you, like, okay, right? Like the support can be monumental.
When someone crosses your mind, holler at them.
I like that, Neil. That's what I
One thing I've learned in the military when it comes to grief, to create space, safe spaces for people to speak on their feelings. We also had chaplains available to help us. That's also counseling. Very good.
You know what I do? The preacher, I used to hear the preacher say it all the time. You know, at the end of funerals, you know, they say, and when all the phone calls stop, and when all the people start bringing food, and that stuff with me. So what I do is I make sure the phone calls don't stop. Even if I got to put it on my calendar, call such and such today. Or, you know, like I think about somebody now, and I put on my calendar for just like next Thursday, call such and such or whatever. And I check in, hey, how you doing? And one thing that I've, Goodson knows, I do this all the time. If I ask you how you doing, it's not just a, hey, how you doing? How are you doing? Like, I'm literally like, how you doing? You know, and that's one thing we can do to help is be there, you know, because when people start bringing the chicken and fish, and when people stop calling, you know, and stuff like that.
When life resumes. Right?
Yeah, it's because a broken heart still beats.
Right.
So life has to continue, you know. Life has to keep going, and but we have to keep going with the life with a heart that's broken, but it's still beating.
And that's the lesson.
One of the things that I love about Anthony is that he told us, and he's my teacher, whether he knows it or not. He has so much wisdom. But one of the things that he does, that he told me he does, is that he calls 5 people every day, and he writes it down, who he's going to call every day. And I just think that's brilliant. You know, because you never know. You don't know if a gun is in somebody's hand and you ringing their phone. You don't know that. You're being directed by God to call 5 people every day, because it's not something you coming up with. It's something that he's sending you to somebody every day. Is just, and to be steady with it is insane. Good, in a good way.
And for me, Yashika, you know, whoever I'm talking to on a regular basis don't count. 5 different people.
Say, don't count me in your 5.
Yes. And Toria Wright says, she says, in the world of social media, please don't check in publicly, check in silently. Love doesn't need a crowd. You know what? I love it. Love doesn't need a crowd. You know what? I'd say happy birthday.
I'm putting that on the shirt, Toria.
Yeah, that's good. She just better patent it before we do.
she dropping nuggets.
Fish. Ace, invite me to the next funeral. All your chicken and green beans. Ace is always chicken.
Or they got food, so they doing.
My mama church. They had me all the catfish and stuff I could use. You know,
never got no food.
When we talk about helping people, I remember when my 2 things real quick. When my brother died, I walked outside the church at the funeral, and the first thing happened when I walked outside the church is the DART bus. Hell, that's our bus system. The DART bus picked somebody up from the bus stop in front of the church and took off. And I was like, wow, my brother's dead, but DART didn't change the schedule. They on time, and they gonna be on time. You know, the world keeps moving. Other thing, when my brother was first murdered, one of my best friends, I have a couple best friends, one of my good friends, Courtney, he pulled up in front of the crib, didn't say nothing. I opened the door, the music was playing, and we rode around about 2 hours without saying a single word. And that solids meant more to me than any phone call anybody gave me. And, hey, it's gonna be all right, and all that kind of stuff. Because he understood. Yeah,
it's permanent.
Yeah, he understood that, and that was the best thing.
You know, in 2000, I think it was 2017. I don't know if I ever told y'all this. I went to a funeral. When I was sitting at that funeral, I thought the same thing that each one of y'all said at funerals. Why in the world do we do this 2-minute speech to a person who's no longer here? I said that. And then I called my mom after I left. I said, listen, I said, we're going to celebrate the people in the box before they get to the box. So we had what you call a Williams family gala. 3 months later, 2 or 3 months later, I think the funeral was in like July, maybe November is when we had the gala, or October perhaps. And what we did was we had my whole family to show up. And we had a whole program set out, but we would allow each and every person to get up in front of the crowd. You had 2 minutes to say what you wanted to somebody in the audience. You can say something to everybody in the audience if you can do it in 2 minutes, but you had 2 minutes to express your love publicly, because sometimes it's different privately. And so we did it, and it was one of the best experiences that we've ever had, right? Or that I've ever had anyway. And so we got to enjoy the people before they got in the box. Everybody was in the box that night. Let's go to the comments real quick. Chris Wright says, the person that passed spirit was high. You need to keep your spirit high in their passing. Oh, right. That's deep. That's deep. Yeah. Anytime you say something forward and you also say the same thing backwards, it always has a strong meaning to me. Me personally, I try to deal with people with compassion, not opinion. It works. Andre, he's spitting some knowledge. And Greg, and good to see you. Don't put off today what you can do tomorrow. Call, go by if someone is on your mind. Tomorrow isn't promised. Trust me. Trust me. And Tori Wright says, everyone has that person that can call, and my brother is that person. When I need to grieve, laugh, or just talk about anything, get you a person like that. I'm blessed, my brother. I'm the same way. I'm blessed. I can call my sister and talk about anything and anybody, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to go anywhere. So that's always, such a blessing to have. All right, y'all. It's about that time.
You're sure, not you pretty sure.
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure she's not the only one. I got some other people who say that I ain't gonna go there. Yashika's another one. Ace is another one. Helen is another one. All right, y'all. Let's do it.
Hey, yo, who we got on the show next week?
We're going to have a great group on. We're actually going to be interviewing gay men who put S on the end of everything they say. And we're just going to be asking, is it just gay, or are they living in abundance? Nursing mothers with nipple piercings. We just want to let them know that's not the source of iron the doctor was talking. So we got a lot of money. Auto mechanics with clean hands, and we can ask them what the hell you been doing all day. Well, I like men's cockeyed dodgeball players. And the name of the show will be Nature's Cheat Code. Ballerinas who suffer from ingrown toenails. And the name of the show is going to be No Pain, No Gain. Midgets that are applying for the police department. And we're going to name the show going to be Standing Tall for Justice.
Yeah.
I'm going to do you like dudes in the hood. I'm like, we ain't scared of you. Come on, Zach, let's get it.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna have to change that up. All right, y'all. Grief, what do we do?
Why are you starting stuff?
One thing I forgot to do is mention, prayers to the people down in the San Antonio area who went through, who's definitely gonna be grieving over the next few months and maybe longer. But anyway, Yashika's on you.
I wish you would. Even in grieving, you don't want to. Even in grieving,
still got some in the tank.
I'm grieving. Heart's broken, but I wish y'all would.
Come on, y'all, not me.
He said, I'm not laughing at that little joke.
I would never.
Hey, yo, Ace.
What's up, Yashika?
Who we got on the show next week?
I'm glad you asked. So in memory of Kevin Wilson, we're going to talk to some people from around his area of business. So we'll be talking to representatives from the Gay Bull Riding Association, and we'll be discussing their new documentary, 8 Seconds Ain't Long Enough.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
You need therapist and Jesus twice.
Don't do it, Ace. Oh, you got a line on that one.
I give it a solid 8. Solid 8.
Shaking my head, says Janetta. Y'all keep the comments coming. What do we think? So far, we got you said an 8. We got an 8.5.
Mine don't count.
Yours don't count. Well, hey, thank y'all everyone for watching tonight. We've enjoyed this show. Appreciate y'all for sitting during our vulnerable moments. But we will see y'all next week. Actually, we're gonna probably do a little bit more of a tribute to Kevin Woodson next week. He and his daughter keep him in his family. Well, keep his family in your prayers.
Prayers out.
Or keep us in your prayers as well. See y'all next week.
Sometimes you got to go look at yourself and go, I'm ready to relinquish this.
I'm one of them people, hey, you got to give a man a day in court.
The underlining of all of it is authenticity, right?
She's making them money, so they gonna put the camera on her because she is paid.
I think the prize is the other person. We have not integrated in the United States. Start buying some of the things that we have to offer. Then we will see a difference in how we act as Black people.